Hello, friend, and welcome. If you're new here, I'm excited to meet you, and if you're returning, I hope you're having a much better day than the last time that we talked. And in this video, I'm just going to focus on what it is that we need to know now about right now. I want the cards to help us understand what it is that is going to help us move forward, to help us to help us achieve our goal. And I'm going to let you know right now at the time of this recording, Mercury's in retrograde, and Mercury has hijacked my ability to say simple sentences and common words. So if this video is me having to, rephrase myself because I'm saying words wrong, I apologize. I'm actually a smart person. Talking's been hard lately. Okay, so first card. Envy. So right away, I know we're comparing ourselves to other people and other people's stories. We are looking at other people and thinking, okay, so this is something that I can't receive or it's not available to me, and that's because of very limited thinking limited thinking. When I'm saying this, though, I want you to understand that you are just looking at other people's highlight reels. What you need to pay attention to is that there's things in your own life that you can start to make changes to that can help you to receive whatever it is that you're wanting that other people already have. Now, yes, trust me, I understand that you're going to be like, but Kirsten, there's so many different advantages that they have over me, or so many different circumstances. Okay, I get that. But this is a chance for you to change and go for what you want. So focusing on what you don't have is only going to make that gap greater. If you focus on what you can do, that will close the gap and will get you closer to what you're trying to achieve. Wusa. Oh, so now we're asking to go within, to be internal, to be still, to meditate. And the opposite of envy, if anything, is to go inward. Envy is about you looking at extrinsic, sources of pleasure and happiness. Wusa is trying to get you to go intrinsic. It's asking you to go internal. It's asking you to go inside of yourself and find happiness, peace, contentment, whatever it is that you're looking for inside of you in this moment. Daydream. Daydream's coming forward and telling me that, yeah, you know how to daydream, you know how to envision, you know how to manifest, you know how to do the visualizations, but instead of allowing yourself to see that as a reality, you're just keeping it as a dream. Daydreams can be really useful if we utilize them as a north and guiding star to get to our goal. That's what visualization is supposed to do. But if you just daydream to disassociate or escape reality and then realize that, okay, that's a life I want to live, but it's not real, then that's what's going to happen. The world is going to give you a proof that that dream, that goal that you're going after is unattainable and not real, because that's what you're saying. Friends. This is a simple message, and it's asking you to remember that you have support. You have people who care about you. You have people that want to see you succeed. And you know what? Those friends can help you with your blind spots. What do I mean by blind spots? We all have parts of ourselves that, we don't realize, subconscious things that we do that, we just think of it as part of our personality, but your friend might be able to be like, this is something you could potentially work on, or this is something that you can change, or, I see that you've been talking or doing this a lot, maybe we can work on it. And your friend's not going to do this to be critical, mean, but your friend's going to be just helpful. So reach out to your friends, reach out to your community. I want to know what has got you believing that the life that you're going after is unobtainable, that those daydreams, that the visualization that you're doing is something that is just a dream and not actually obtainable. So we're gonna have the tarot cards give us that information, because if you can dream it, for the most part, you can create it. Okay, those were very specific cards. Two of Cups. So this right away tells me that you're at disharmony with yourself. This tells me that you are not fulfilling yourself in a way that is satisfactory towards you. What do I mean by that? I mean, you're choosing to follow other people's standards and expectations of your life and not living out your own. And because of this disharmonious self, this is also affecting your other relationships with maybe your friends, family, spouse, colleagues. If you're like disharmonious with yourself, it's going to leak out to your other relationships, and that can cause resentment, jealousy, aggravation, frustration. It could cause distance. So what part of yourself is really you, and what part of you is still a mask that you're wearing because it's been expected of you to wear? 5 of Coins. I want to remind you that Pentacles is not just about finances. It's about time and energy, because you spend time and you spend energy. So when I see this card, what I'm gathering is right now you are low on resources or energy, or your time and energy is being taken from you in a sense of, there's obligations that you have to fulfill. But here's the truth. It's not that it's being taken from you, it's that you're giving it away. This 5 of Coins is coming through with a unique message today about you needing to establish boundaries so that way you can give yourself the ability to fulfill your own cup. The other big part about the 5 of Coins is it's always a card that reminds you about your own pride and ego. You know you need help, but are you willing to ask for it? Are you willing to ask for the help that you need? Or are you just going to sit on the ground and say, nope, I can handle this. This is a me problem and no one needs to help me? Are you going to reach out to your friends? Or are you going to continue to suffer on your own? Then we have the 10 of Cups in its reverse position. So this tells me that on the outside, things look great. Things look perfect, and that, everyone's be like, oh, you have a perfect life. You have things going for you, and that's great. But in its reverse position, it's telling me that that's not true to you. That's not true to how you feel. There's something inside of you. There's something that's part of you that wants to do something different, that wants to change, that's not happy, that feels unsettled, that feels unseen. And the only way it's going to be seen or known or be expressed is by you making the decision to do it. Then we got the 3 of Wands in its reverse position. This tells me that you're waiting. And you're waiting for the perfect moment, the perfect opportunity, the good time, the right time. I'm going to straight up tell you right now, there is no right time. There is no good time. There's never going to be a perfect moment. There's never going to be the right chance. You have to make the chance. You have to make the time. You have to do it. And you're the ones that's going to have to say, okay, I'm doing this for myself. Yeah, you might be having to have a difficult conversation, and the person that you might be having a difficult conversation with might be going through a rough patch. But you know what? It's not fair for you to self-sacrifice yourself until they get through this rough patch and then talk to them. Because here's another question. What if they get through this rough patch and then they're super happy and now you don't want to ruin their day? You need to make yourself a priority, and you need to stop waiting for that perfect time, for that perfect moment, because it's not going to happen. The conversation just needs to be had. I want to ask the cards for some next steps to know how to help you move forward. Because the irony is the cards didn't say that we're stuck in our head, but they have implemented that it's because we refuse and we're in resistance to do what we want to do to make the changes, which is what makes me think that right now the resistance really is within our own limitations. It's in our head. Unlimited possibilities. The irony of me telling you that, you need to make the time, that you need to do the thing, and that you can do this, and you need to go inward, and that, all your dreams are possible. If you needed that confirmation, here it is. The world is full of unlimited possibilities. You have a very limited view of what you think is possible because of your own experiences. But you know people who have had things that came out of left field, or miracles, or just oh my goodness, it's something just worked out for them. Yeah, that's the unlimited possibilities. So let yourself realize that you're not restricted to what you think is true. you are restricting yourself to what you think is true, but there is unlimited possibilities. Slow but steady. This one's important because this is that reminder that whatever you're trying to achieve, whatever you're trying to go after, it's going to take time. It's like when you plant a seed. And, you know, if you've been with my channel for a hot minute, you might be really tired of the seed metaphor, but it's important. Because the truth is, when you plant a seed, you have to nourish it. And as you nourish it, it comes into, like, it sprouts through the ground. And then, like, once it sprouts through the ground, it still has to go through more things in order to get to its full maturation. So here, what I'm getting at here is if you want to get to your fullest, if you want to get to your most potential, you are going to have to plant the seed, water it, and nurture it, and you can't force it to go any quicker. Yeah, patience is going to be required, and it might be uncomfortable, but guess what? It's part of the process. Teaching. This is like a twofold message here. The first thing I got with teaching is that, you know, you are going to be in a space where you're going to be using these lessons that you're learning and helping others understand them. But also, the other message and the more unique message I got with this card right now is that what you're going through right now is meant to teach you something. And trust me, that's not an easy message for me to give because I've been in shitty situations where I've literally screamed at the universe, what the F am I supposed to learn from this? So I get it. But look around you and see what you can learn about your circumstances, about your life, about your current habits, and see what you can learn from them. And let life help you learn things. Let life be your teacher instead of your punisher. Past, present, future. And this card's always a reminder to be in the present. Because you can't do anything about the past. And yeah, you can plan for the future. You can set yourself up to have certain things done for the future. But the only part of you that can act or do anything is in the present now. You can't do things tomorrow, right now. You can only do things right now, today, in this moment. Unless you have some time traveling ability, which still only allows you to do things in the present moment that you're in, you still can't touch tomorrow until you're in the present day of tomorrow. So all you can do is today. All you can do is right now. So stop thinking about, oh, you know what? I'm gonna, figure this out. I'm gonna do this. I'm going to plan for this. Stop just putting everything off until the next day. Yes, rest is important. I'm not saying don't rest. If you need active rest, do that right now. But if you need to work on things and figure things out, maybe do that now. Not tomorrow, now. Now I'm going to ask for the cards for some encouragement to help us, be in the present, to help us realize that there is unlimited possibilities, and to help give us, I don't want to say patience because nothing can really give us patience, but to help give us, some encouragement for when time feels stiff or stuck. Guilt is a normal feeling. Just breathe in and let it go. Okay, this one's huge. Because right now, I'm asking you to put yourself first. And when you do that, you're going to start thinking about the fact that you're letting other people down. Realize I put that in quotes, putting other people down. Here's the truth. People are going to be a little, put off. Are going to be a little upset, and that's fine. The truth is they're just adjusting their understanding of your new boundaries. But here's the thing about guilt. Think about when you have to take your kid or your pet to the vet or the doctor, okay? They don't want to be there, specifically pets. They don't even understand why they're there. They're highly stressed, they're out of their comfort zone, and now the stranger's doing stuff to them, and it's like, what is going on? Okay, yeah, I feel guilty every time I take my pet to the vet, because I'm like, I'm so sorry, I know you hate this, but this is good for you. That guilt shows that I care about the animal, my animal, who is suffering right now, even though it's for its good. It's because I care. So the guilt that you're going to be possibly feeling moving forward about this just shows that you care about the person who's disappointed or put off or a little upset that things are going to be different. It doesn't mean that it's wrong. It's normal. and it's part of the process. So when you feel the guilt, remind yourself that yes, this shows that I care, but I care enough about myself that I'm going to do this first. So take a breath and let it go. Stay present. That's where life happens. In case you needed more, confirmation that you really need to be in the present right now, here it is. Like, that is super synchronistic. That is super important. The synchronicity of this card is huge. So understand that, yeah, right now, you need to stay present. Remember that you can't change anyone but yourself. This one's huge, and this one's important. Because the change that you want in your life has to come from you and only you. Yeah, you might not like the way your partner does things. You might not like the circumstances of, the way things are at work and your colleagues, okay? So either you change and you leave those people in those places, or you change and you stay with it. The choice is yours. And I don't say lightly, like, yeah, leaving your spouse is rough and hard, and I don't suggest it. And I'm not saying that you should in the sense of like, oh, you're unhappy right now, that's the answer. But I know that, when me and my spouse have arguments or when we're not on the same page, I look at myself and see how I handled the situation. And more times than not, I realize I could have handled it better, or I could have handled it differently. And then I'll be the bigger person and I'll say what I need to say. And then through my own change, he also seems to have a change. Not because I forced it, not because I manipulated it, but because I realized, oh, there is something that I did that caused this to get to this point. And now I need to own up to it. And by having that bit of ownership, that bit of understanding, that bit of release, it allows him to feel a little safer, to be vulnerable, to be open, to do whatever he needs to do. And we both grow a little bit because of it. Now, with that being said, I know I gave this as an example, but the caveat being, don't think you can manipulate a person into being better. If you end up doing the bigger thing, if you end up being the bigger person, if you end up going through this growth, if you end up going through the change and the person stays the same, then that's something you need to think about, whether, it's good for you to be with them or not. Make time to play. Have fun. Be free. This one's really important. This is a really good note to end this reading on, too. Because I'm throwing a lot of heavy stuff at you, and I'm asking you to do tough things, and I'm asking you to be very real and, put yourself out there in a courageous way, and I get that. But also, having fun is super important. Don't lose track of the fact that you still need to have fun. You still need to make time for play. You still need to do things that you can just do for fun. Why? Because that's what life is really about. So make time for play. Have fun. Be free. Because you're going to get through this. You're going to get through this. You're going to make the change. You're going to get what you want to do. You're going to be able to be and do what you want to be. And I know this because you've made it to this point of this video. Your heart has recognized words that I've spoken and knows that there is truth in it and that you can achieve it. So you're gonna do this. There's no doubt about that in my mind. It's just a matter of you putting yourself first, making yourself a priority, putting those boundaries down, and then going after what's true to you. You don't need to know how. You just need to do the next step first, the next step forward. One step at a time. You got this. This is your reading. This is all I have for you today. I love you so much, and I cannot wait to see you again real soon. Bye-bye.